Hello everyone, today we will explore the challenging journey of Japanese fishermen as they face harsh nature at sea to catch giant fish. This is a job that requires not only strength and skill but also patience and extraordinary courage. This journey brings not only great harvests but also economic profits and losses. Comparing the value of fish meat with other countries. Let's get started. Japanese fishermen have long been famous for their delicate and persistent fishing skills, especially when it comes to catching giant fish such as bluefin tuna. Sailfish, or sharks. They use long lines and often combine them with live bait, a method that has been around for a long time and requires high techniques. To catch giant fish, fishermen must prepare very carefully from tools to bait, and then the skill of controlling the boat in harsh sea conditions. Their lives are always full of risks. Big storms, rough seas, but they always move forward with courage and unshakable determination. However, it is not always smooth sailing. Many trips return empty or with only small catches, causing heavy financial losses. But the successful ones bring not only large quantities of fish but also great economic value. Fishing for giant fish requires the use of long lines and live bait. To catch large fish, Japanese fishermen often choose small fish as bait, from silver pomfret to live herring, ensuring that they attract giant fish. Choosing bait is also an art, requiring sophistication and many years of experience in the profession. Long fishing lines can stretch for kilometers, with many hooks attached to a single line. The process of deploying the fishing line requires smooth coordination between the members on board. The fishermen have to work continuously in harsh weather conditions, with constant sun, wind, and waves. After casting their fishing lines, they have to wait for hours, even days, for the fish to bite. One of the special factors when talking about the lives of Japanese fishermen is the challenges they face at sea. Unpredictable climate changes, sudden storms, and rough seas can make any trip dangerous. But nothing can make these fishermen falter. They are always ready to face any challenge to bring home big fish. Worthy rewards for their efforts. In the process of catching giant fish, fishermen not only have to deal with storms but also with threats from the ocean such as sharks and other predators. Each sea trip is a battle not only with nature but also with themselves. Patience, courage, and the spirit of never giving up. Despite the risks and hardships, when the trips are successful, Japanese fishermen receive incomparable rewards. Giant tuna such as bluefin tuna can reach hundreds of kilograms, with high economic value, especially when sold in large markets such as Japan, Korea, and European countries. Consumers are willing to pay thousands of dollars for a bluefin tuna, especially at auctions at large fish markets such as Tsukiji in Tokyo. For fishermen, these large harvests bring not only money but also pride in their profession. Giant tuna, especially bluefin tuna, is one of the most economically valuable fish in the world. In Japan, tuna is not only a food but also a cultural symbol in cuisine, especially in sushi and sashimi. A single tuna can sell for millions of yen at auctions, and the value increases even more if the fish is caught naturally and well preserved. Compared to other countries, Japan has always been an important consumer of bluefin tuna, but countries like the United States, Spain, and South Korea are also gradually becoming large markets. However, what is special about Japan is the way they value every part of the fish, from the meat to the bones, all of which have value. compared to fishermen from other countries like the United States or Spain. We see that Japanese fishermen have a combination of tradition and modernity in their fishing techniques. While fishermen in other countries often use advanced technology and large boats to catch tuna, Japanese fishermen still maintain many manual methods combined with technology, helping them maintain traditional values in the fishing profession. Japanese fishermen are not just anglers, but they are also artisans in preserving and developing traditional fishing methods. Traditional fishing methods, combined with modern values, this helps them not only survive but also thrive in the world's fishing industry. Japanese fishermen, with their perseverance and skills, have proven that fishing is not only a job but also an art and culture. Despite facing unforeseen challenges from nature, they always know how to overcome and turn difficulties into valuable harvests. With giant tuna bringing great economic value, they continue to contribute to the country's economy, while preserving a part of the long-standing cultural heritage. When Japanese fishermen catch giant tuna, the next important step is preservation and transportation to ensure the fish maintain optimal quality. Tuna, especially bluefin tuna, is a high-end product and requires meticulousness in every step of processing. Once the fish are pulled onto the boat, the fisherman must quickly slaughter the fish so as not to affect the quality of the meat. This process is carried out very professionally, with special tools to ensure that the fish are not stressed, thereby keeping the meat as sweet and fresh as possible. Once the fish have been slaughtered, they are placed in storage compartments on the boat, where the temperature is maintained at an ideal level to prevent spoilage. Some modern ships also have deep freeze systems, keeping the temperature below -60 degrees Celsius, ensuring that the fish remains fresh throughout the journey back to shore. Once the ship docks, the fish are transported to fish markets or processing plants. In Japan, fish are often auctioned at large markets such as Tsukiji, now Toyosu Market. High-quality fish can sell for thousands, even millions of dollars, depending on the size and quality of the meat. As mentioned earlier, giant tuna, especially bluefin tuna, has extremely high economic value. In Japan, tuna is not only considered a common dish but also a symbol of luxury and sophistication in cuisine. High-end sushi restaurants are willing to pay huge sums of money to own the highest quality tuna meat. The value of bluefin tuna in Japan can be many times higher than in other countries, partly due to the special preference of Japanese people for sushi and sashimi made from tuna. However, not only Japan is a large tuna consumer market. But countries such as Korea, the United States, and European countries are also increasing the demand for this type of fish. This has increased the value of giant tuna in the international market. Tuna auctions in Japan have become globally famous events, attracting the attention of the media and investors. Some bluefin tuna have been sold for millions of dollars, a figure that has left many people amazed. The giant tuna fishing industry not only brings huge profits to companies and traders, but also contributes to creating jobs for thousands of fishermen and workers in coastal fishing villages in Japan. For many families, fishing is the main source of income, and catching giant tuna provides them with an economic opportunity that no other profession can compare to. In coastal towns, fish markets become economic centers, where not only fish are traded but also bring communities together, creating prosperity and economic development opportunities. Food processing companies, restaurants, and Even distribution systems all benefit from this industry. The giant tuna fishing industry, therefore, plays an important role in maintaining and developing Japan's coastal communities. However, giant tuna fisheries are not without their challenges, especially with climate change and environmental pressures. The seas, traditionally a sustainable environment for fishermen, are changing rapidly due to the impacts of climate change. Shifting ocean currents, rising sea temperatures, and overfishing have caused giant tuna populations to decline significantly. Japanese fishermen are facing a dwindling supply of bluefin tuna and other large fish. This not only affects their income but also increases the cost of their products, making it difficult to maintain a stable supply for domestic and international markets. To cope with this situation, the Japanese government has adopted a number of conservation measures, including limiting the number of fish allowed to be caught each year and strictly controlling the trade of bluefin tuna. However, this means that fishermen will face more difficulties in maintaining their livelihoods. Looking ahead, the giant tuna fishery will face many challenges, but also many opportunities. Technological developments, such as satellite monitoring systems and improvements in fishing techniques, can help Japanese fishermen improve their performance and protect marine resources. In addition, the bluefin tuna aquaculture industry is growing, helping to reduce pressure on natural resources. Although bluefin tuna farming still faces many difficulties due to complex environmental requirements and high costs, if developed sustainably, it can be an effective solution to the problem of declining marine resources. The future of tuna fishing depends not only on the conservation of marine resources but also on the ability of fishermen to adapt and innovate. With their skills and relentless spirit, Japanese fishermen will certainly continue to play an important role in the global fishing industry. Finally, it is impossible not to mention the connection between tuna fishing and Japan's unique culinary culture. Sushi and sashimi made from tuna have become iconic dishes of this country and are loved all over the world. High-end restaurants in Tokyo, Kyoto, and many other places are willing to pay a huge amount of money to buy the freshest bluefin tuna from fishermen. However, not everyone has the opportunity to enjoy these delicious pieces of tuna. In Japan, only top restaurants can serve high-quality tuna. This further enhances the cultural value and class of tuna in Japanese cuisine. Tuna fishing is not limited to Japan but also occurs in many other countries around the world, especially in tuna-rich seas such as the Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans. However, the fishing methods, processing procedures and economic value of tuna differ significantly between countries. In Japan, as mentioned, tuna is highly valued and is often used in high-end dishes such as sushi and sashimi. The tuna fishing process in Japan is often very meticulous, with special attention to the quality of each fish. Fishermen use long lines and live bait to ensure that the tuna is not damaged or stressed, helping to ensure that the meat is always of optimal quality. After being caught, the fish are processed quickly and carefully stored in low-temperature conditions to maintain the freshness and value of the product. In contrast to Japan, other countries such as the Philippines, Indonesia, and South American countries tend to use larger-scale fishing methods, with large nets and industrial fishing vessels. This method can yield high yields but sometimes does not guarantee the quality of the individual fish. Tuna from these countries is often exported at lower prices than from Japan, mainly to the processed food industry such as canned goods, rather than to the fresh consumer market as in Japan. In addition, while Japan uses a tuna auction system at famous fish markets such as Toyosu to set the price of each fish, Many other countries often sell tuna by weight without paying much attention to quality or post-harvest preservation methods. This leads to a large difference in the economic value of tuna between countries. However, it must be said that other countries are also gradually learning and applying modern Japanese techniques to improve the quality of tuna. Some countries such as Spain, Mexico and the United States have begun to use long lines and traditional fishing methods to catch bluefin tuna, aiming at the high-end consumer market in Japan and Asia, along with the increasing demand for bluefin tuna and other large tuna species in the international market. The giant tuna fishery is also facing pressure to conserve marine resources. Bluefin tuna is one of the species threatened by overfishing, and this has led to much debate about the need for stronger conservation measures. In Japan, the government and international organizations have implemented many programs to control tuna fishing and ensure that this resource is used sustainably. For example, Japan has committed to complying with the regulations of the International Commission for the Conservation of Atlantic Tuna, ICCAT, and the Worldwide Fund for Nature, WCPFC, to protect marine resources. These organizations set annual quotas for tuna catches, along with strict monitoring measures to ensure compliance. In addition, bluefin tuna farming initiatives are also growing strongly in Japan and several other countries to reduce pressure on wild fish stocks. Tuna farming requires high technology and complex environmental conditions. But if done successfully, it could be an important solution to help conserve this fish species. Japan has had initial success in farming bluefin tuna, and research is continuing to improve the process. However, the issue of sustainable development is not limited to preserving tuna resources. The fishing industry also faces other challenges such as climate change, marine pollution and fierce competition from other industries. Ensuring sustainable development of fisheries requires close cooperation between governments, international organizations and fishing communities. There is no denying that giant tuna fishing is a difficult and challenging profession. Japanese fishermen, despite facing waves, storms and dangers from the sea, have never stopped maintaining their pride in this traditional profession. For them, fishing is not only a source of income but also a part of the cultural heritage passed down through generations. Every time they go out to sea, fishermen carry the hope of a big harvest, but they also know that they may face empty trips, no fish caught or even accidents. However, their perseverance, dedication and love for the sea have helped them overcome all difficulties. The life of fishermen is closely linked to the rhythm of the sea. They wake up early before dawn, preparing everything carefully before the ship leaves the dock. The days at sea are not only hours of hard work but also moments of immersing themselves in nature, admiring the magical beauty of the vast ocean. Pride in the profession comes not only from bringing income to the family but also from contributing to the national economy. Protecting and maintaining traditional occupations. For many Japanese fishermen, catching giant tuna is a symbol of courage, patience, and an unyielding spirit. When it comes to fishing, many people often think of the image of strong, resilient male fishermen in the middle of the ocean. However, the role of women in this profession is no less important. In many Japanese fishing villages, women not only take care of the housework but also actively participate in tasks such as processing fish after catching. Managing family finances, and some are even brave fishermen who go out to sea with their husbands and children. Women are often responsible for working at fish markets, where they are involved in the process of sorting, preserving, and trading tuna after it is caught. They also manage the packaging and transportation of fish to restaurants, wholesale markets, or exporters. Their role is not limited to logistics but also as family financial managers, ensuring that income from fishing is used wisely. In fishing communities, women are not only supporters but also important pillars, contributing to the sustainable development of the industry. A notable feature of the Japanese fishing community is the strong spirit of solidarity among fishing families. Catching giant wrasse is a challenging job that requires support not only from family members but also from the entire community. Fishermen often go out to sea in groups or fishing groups, fishing societies, helping each other throughout the long fishing process. Every time there is a successful fishing trip, the joy belongs not only to those who go out to sea but also spreads throughout the community. Fishermen often share fish resources with other families, or organize festivals and celebrations together to honor large harvests. These festivals are not only an opportunity for fishermen and their families to relax after a hard day at sea, but also an opportunity to bond the community and strengthen long-standing solidarity. Local people often say that fishing is not only a way of life but also a way of life. The lives of fishermen and their families are closely tied to the sea and the community, where they rely on each other to overcome difficulties. In times of storms or economic hardship, fishermen do not hesitate to support each other, even if it is only a small part of their tuna income, to help families in difficulty. The solidarity within the fishing community is also demonstrated through the protection and development of marine resources. Fishermen often have a close relationship with nature, and they clearly realize that if the sea is not protected, the future of fishing will become uncertain. Many Japanese fishing communities have voluntarily participated in marine conservation initiatives, protecting fish species from overexploitation. They comply with regulations on catch limit and fishing breaks to ensure that tuna resources will continue to develop sustainably for future generations. Part 19: The Future of Giant Tuna Fishing. Looking ahead, the giant tuna fishery in Japan will face many challenges but also many opportunities. One of the biggest challenges is how to balance the exploitation and conservation of tuna resources, especially in the context of increasing market demand. With the increase in population and the demand for high-end food, the market for tuna, especially bluefin tuna, is expanding. Sushi and sashimi restaurants around the world continue to seek high-quality tuna from Japan, and this puts great pressure on fishermen to ensure a continuous supply. However, without strict control, the fishery may fall into a state of overfishing, leading to the risk of depleting tuna resources. Improvements in fishing and fish preservation technology are an important factor in improving the efficiency of the fishery. Japan has always been at the forefront of applying modern technologies to the fishing industry. From the use of satellite positioning monitoring systems to tuna fishing boats fully equipped with low-temperature preservation equipment, helping to ensure the quality of fish from sea to table. These improvements not only help optimize the fishing process but also minimize negative impacts on the marine environment. In addition, the development of giant tuna farming methods is also opening up new